Hey everyone, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to continue our series on how to handle your contest planning and strategy through the COVID-19 pandemic. And Adam, we talked about the people who were just already, had contests immediately yanked out from under them, but there are some people who, weren't even on the schedule until perhaps May or June, and they're thinking, hey man, this is good for me, I'm fine, I dodged the bullet. But we do know that things could really get worse over the next couple of months, and some of these cancellations may extend into the summer. So are you doing anything now to say, let's just pump the brakes a little bit, or are you saying we gotta wait and see, let's just continue our plan until we get some announcements?
Yeah, I'm stay on plan until we hear announcements. And I think the psychology is the most important thing to address and prepare people for, people landed at the Arnold and some of those events didn't happen. This is a very last minute alarming halt of events. And that's been just my whole experience with it as a coach. Actually, last weekend, I had a client at the venue and they never unlocked the doors. And then they said, we actually did decide to cancel just now. And I said, it's just so urgent. But I'm also interested to see the champions really rise to the top who can grind still with that potential of the no reward at the end of getting on stage, at least right then. So just kind of teaching people to be flexible and adaptable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. If you have a contest that has not yet been disrupted, you got to stay in your game plan. You just can't deviate. You have to wait and see. But I do think as we get week by week announcements and we can see what's happening in our region of the country, it's one of the biggest things I've been talking to my clients. Where do you live? What's happening right there? I can look at the Johns Hopkins map and look at the cases being reported. But one of the things people have to be ready for, Adam, our first positive cases in the U.S. weren't until the end of January, and those were already several generations deep in terms of strain mutation. And most experts in epidemiology say, look, this has been on both coasts since December. One particular expert, one of the biggest in the country, said, I think they're up to 500,000 cases undiagnosed. The Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who covered Ebola said the thing that we have to do right now is go back and look at everybody who died of the flu and died of pneumonia in January, even December, and test them, because we need to know exactly who they came in contact with, because there are people who are not even on the books with this. And I only say all of that, Adam, to say, look, this is actually going to get worse. I applaud some of the organizations that said we're going to take a month or 2 month timeout and just cancel all shows so what you described doesn't happen again with people waiting. But we could approach May and all of a sudden this is pushed back to the fall. Some schools were not only closed for a couple weeks, but through the end of the year. And some people are saying we're not even going to open up until like the first semester of 2021. So we're really keeping an eye on this as a society. And I think everybody looking to compete, you need to start making those adjustments, at least mentally and strategically. If you got a show that's already on the books and still available to you, absolutely stay on plan, but keep one eye open.
Yeah, and just plan ahead. I've told my clients, don't unnecessarily hoard, but since your body fat is lower, don't be afraid to buy just a little extra of what you need, just so you have your diet food. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, don't take it overboard and leave supplies for other people.
Yep. The one last thing that I would say for those people who already are just kind of on that cusp, possibly in May or June having shows, another thing is just on an administrative level, look for those next shows that could be in the fall. What if I was disrupted here? Is it even a time where you need to say, look, maybe I should just not plan on May or June because it's too sketchy? Like, I don't know. The way it's looking, those could be delayed. So instead of moving forward, you might make the decision to say, I'm going to kind of back up a little bit and just regroup for fall, because I don't want to have to keep messing with cancellation after cancellation after cancellation. That is something to consider for everybody. And we're going to cover that in the next episode in terms of, maybe even looking at the fall. So we'll catch you next time in Contest Prep University.